Weekend, as Max just mentioned, the Mavs were at Staples. Luka leading Dallas to a 10-point win over the Clips. The Lakers were on the road, falling by 9 to an unstoppable Booker. And now we bring in Kendrick Perkins. Big Perk, good to see you always. I like the blue. I will get to you in a hot second, sir, and I know you'll be with us for a minute. Stephen A., I'm coming to you here. Which LA team can least afford to go down 0-2?
Well, before I answer that question, I want to say Kendrick Perkins. I like the blue too, but you wear a lot of white shirts. I would like to see a little light blue shirt up in there to sort of accentuate the blue blazer. I mean, it's just a little tip, okay? Just a little tip, my brother.
Police.
That's right, okay?
I'm just saying, Stephen, I got to take baby steps, okay?
I got you.
Look, I threw away the gold chain, all right?
Okay.
I threw away the T-shirts. I'm coming more suit and ties. I'm a step it up.
I got you.
I like it.
I promised you I was going to take you out for a few shirts. I got you. Me and you, baby, during the finals. We going to do that. I'm going to take you shopping. Now let's go to this. The Clippers, man. The Clippers. Let me tell you something right now. Max, KP, when is Kawhi Leonard going to step up and remind us of what the elite defender it is that he's supposed to be? Last time we saw him in the postseason prior to this weekend, Jamal Murray was dropping 40 in a Game 7. Before that, even though they beat the Dallas Mavericks in the playoffs, was that not Luka Doncic's coming out party in terms of his superstardom when you saw how he performed in the playoffs? And now Saturday, this brother comes out, drops another 30-31 with a triple-double, and now finally we hearing, well, Kawhi Leonard may spend some time guarding him. Well, where the hell you been? The fact is that he's the dude that came to L.A. to take over. He's the dude that said the crown with the New Balance commercial and the convertible is the new sheriff in town, okay? That's him. Clippers didn't show up. Forget all of that. That happens. All right, fine. We look at Paul George and Kawhi Leonard as stars in this league, and Kawhi Leonard is a superstar in this league, not just because of what they do offensively, because they play on both ends of the floor. Paul George can lock you down. We've seen him do it. All right, Kawhi Leonard can lock you down. We damn sure have seen him do it. But against Luka Doncic, the brother giving it to them. And we all know what Dallas is without him. Why would you not prioritize stopping that brother? I'm sorry. The Dallas Mavericks, if the Clippers don't win Game 2, Clippers losing this series.
Look,
I believe they're going to win Game 2, but they better.
If the question is who's going to look worse losing their first-round series, then I'm with you. You got two-way wings, LeBron and Wade, Jordan and Pippen. You get paid to show up now. I'm not even going to debate that. But who can least afford to go down 0-2 is actually the Lakers. They can least afford. Like, Clippers lose home court to a team that gave them problems in the playoffs last year. Lakers already didn't have home court and lost Game 1. And that was with a compromised Chris Paul. No, the Lakers are playing in the Suns a better team. And I thought Dallas was going to be better than they were this year. There was, COVID issues and Porzingis injuries as always. The Suns, I thought, were also going to be very good. And if anything, they were even a little better than I thought they'd be. The big question mark on that team was, ironically, their number 1 overall pick. The DeAndre Ayton, who's already pretty good. But that was but how's he going to deal with Anthony Davis? Pretty good Game 1. I mean, at least Game 1. Forget about how AD will respond. Right now, Ayton looks real. And that's on a team with a backcourt like Chris Paul and Devin Booker, and they already have home court, and now they won Game 1? No, the Suns should have never been a 3-1 underdog in this series. 7-5, 8-5, something like that. Not even 2-1. And now they won Game 1? Clippers will look worse if they lose to the Mavs, but the Lakers can less afford to go down 0-2 to a higher-seeded team and a better opponent than the Clippers are facing.
You know what? You know what's crazy, Max, is that I'm down here in Austin, Texas, right? And I was down here for an AAU tournament coaching my son. And while I was at the gym, a lot of people came up to me and they said, hey, man, why do you pick on Max so much? And give Max a break? And then you come on here talking like this, and I can't help myself. Because for the simple fact is that you of all people, know that the Clippers cannot afford to go down 2 to the Dallas Mavericks, because you have been on record saying last year if Porzingis didn't get hurt, what did you say would have happened, Mac?
Dallas would have beaten him, obviously.
Oh, okay, cool. So with Porzingis, and now Luka has the confidence that he has against the Clippers. By the way, everybody's showing the monster highlight dunk that Kawhi did over Cleveland and all that, and I get it, right? But nobody saw how Luka put Patrick Beverly in the dungeon and talked noise and said he's too small, too bleeping small. Luka has the confidence against the Clippers. By the way, the Clippers, they lost 2 games to get the Mavericks. You don't think to get the Mavericks. You don't think the Dallas Mavericks have a chip on their shoulder going in there saying, hey, this is what y'all wanted. We about to give y'all everything and more. The role players are not scared of them. Porzingis is not scared of them. Right now, the Clippers cannot afford to go down 0-2. When you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, this is the same story from last year. They went down to Portland. They was down game 1. We criticized Anthony Davis. What did he do the rest of the series? He came out and dominated in great fashion. We watched the Lakers do it in the second round against the Rockets when he was going against P.J. Tucker, and everybody was saying, how is P.J. Tucker at 6'5", 6'6", handling AD? He got to dominate the paint. The rest was history in that series. So look, I'm not worried about LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers against the Suns, especially with a not healthy Chris Paul. I am worried, and everyone should be worried about the Los Angeles Clippers against this Dallas Mavericks team.
First of all, Perk, first of all, the Dallas Mavericks team that was unfortunate, had bad luck not getting by the Clippers last year was because of a Porzingis injury. But before that, Porzingis had been coming on. This Porzingis is not that Porzingis. That Porzingis was a better version and made the difference. Luka Doncic is always confident. What do you think? He's going to go into a series not confident? He's always confident. He's always a killer. But he doesn't have the same help from Porzingis, at least going into the series, that he had last year. And meantime, yes, Chris Paul is compromised, but you, as much as anyone, have been banging the drum about the effect he'll have on DeAndre Ayton. Looks good so far. And when you add that to the fact that the Suns, look at that Suns team, are clicking now, with Devin Booker playing the way he's playing now, with the role players all very effective in their roles. No. This is not the same situation as last year for the Mavericks, and you're sleeping on the Suns.
Max, and you real quick, Stephen A., and you're sleeping on the Dallas Mavericks role players, because Bronson is an underrated guy that comes in and give you work. Kleber could play the game of basketball. Kleber? And by the way, the last couple weeks or the last month of the regular season, Tim Hardaway Jr. was averaging around 20 points a game. He had a monster game against the Clippers. No one is afraid of them. You remember, Stephen A., everybody was talking about the Rough Riders last season and how they just be bullying people. Nobody's scared of that. Nobody believes that no more, Max. This is why I'm saying the Clippers cannot go down 0-2, because this is like a baby rivalry.
Well, first of all, let's understand something, Max. We're not knocking the Suns. We understand that the Suns can win this series. But if anybody has a possibility of overcoming a 2-0 deficit and locking in, it would be the experience and the greatness of a LeBron James-led team. We all understand that. We're not saying it wouldn't be daunting, but if anybody, you had to bet your money on anybody overcoming such stacked odds, it would be him. We are in a situation with the Clippers. Remember, Kawhi Leonard has the right to walk away at the end of the season if he so chooses, okay? We got a Clippers organization that just replaced Doc Rivers. We've got Lawrence Frank as an executive. You got Ty Lue as a new coach. You got Steve Ballmer, who already bought the team for $2 billion, already invested another $1.8 billion in building a new arena. You got all of this stuff going on, okay? At the end of the day, you're talking about this brother spending more than $5 billion without even a berth to the conference finals to show for it. And then on top of it all, you down and you're going to lose. You don't lose to the Lakers. You don't lose to the Western Conference Finals. you lose in the
I'm not
first round,
debating that.
it would be an absolute disaster.
All right, we got
But when you're
That's
seconds.
the reason.
that who
Final word.
could least afford to lose the series in a larger sense. I agree with that.
Oh, so now it's a
But
larger sense?
No, because the question is who could least afford to go down 0-2. The Clippers could more readily overcome that. Why? Because they have Rondo this year. They didn't last year. Why? Because Kawhi Leonard, you talk about experience, is a two-time, not one-time, two-time Finals MVP. If you want to point out, it's going to once again come down to Paul George not being a lesser version of himself. Fine. But the Lakers are in worse trouble down 0-2 against the Suns than the Clippers would be.
Molly,
Yes.
Against the Mavericks.
20
Molly,
seconds, yep.
and do not speak. Do not interrupt when I ask Molly this question.
I'll speak when I want to speak.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Watch what
at
I
you.
do.
Eye
Here's the
contact.
point.
Let's see what
Here's
you
the
do.
point.
Tell me.
Did you? Not only did he say if Porzingis is healthy, Dallas is a problem. Did Max Kellerman not just say that last year, but say that again when the Clippers acquired Rondo? Did he still say Dallas is the sleeper? They are the threat?
Yeah.
Everybody look
I got
at
that.
Yeah.
So how can you sit up there and say, after
Because
saying
we're
all of that,
comparing it because I'm not denying there's a threat. I'm comparing it to the threat
other
of the number 2
situation.
seeded
All right.
Phoenix Suns against the Lakers.
But you talked about the Dallas Mavericks being the sleeper.
Okay, the witness.
That doesn't change. The Phoenix Suns aren't a sleeper because they're the 2 seed.
I'm not saying they're not a sleeper. You said
They're just
Dallas was
dangerous.
your number 1 focus. Kristaps Porzingis. That's what you said.
He was hurt all year, Stephen A. He's hurt all year.
Okay.
When they acquired Rondo, you still said the same thing if they had Porzingis. Those were your words.
Yeah, and Porzingis, by the way, they're live. Dallas is live. So is Phoenix, who's live.
Bump. That's what I'm hearing. There's more Kendrick Perkins where that came from.